my guests who are joining me here in the studio. I'll start with Niyati Karir. She's a yoga coach. She joins me right in the studio. Niyati, a very warm welcome to you. You know, I'll start with you. Do tell us, what does yoga really mean to you?
Yoga for me is everything. Yoga for me is a lifestyle. So I think we're not supposed to practice yoga for that 1 hour, but yoga is supposed to be lived throughout the day. The way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you talk to people, according to me, everything is yoga.
Okay, and all right. And what do you think, what's the biggest mistake people make when they when they first approach yoga?
When they first approach yoga, I think they expect a lot from the practice. They think that after joining yoga, everything will change all of a sudden. But according to me, yoga is a smooth process. It's a smooth transition. So it takes its own sweet time to show the results. So not to expect a lot. People expect a lot and they look for immediate results as they join yoga. But just a reminder that it's a sweet process. It takes its own time to show results.
All right, continue to stay with us, Niyati. In fact, let's quickly see what's happening in Visakhapatnam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they're leading from the front. And we also have visuals from different parts of the country. These visuals are in fact from Bengaluru, where we can see elderly participating in large numbers performing yoga. And as Niyati said, that it is in fact a way of life. It should be a way of life, especially in today's time when all of us all are really going through a lot of stress, anxiety and whatnot. Yoga can really help us de-stress, isn't it, Niyati?
For sure.
All right. Niyati, and what's your message for those who say that, it takes a lot, for us to kind of take out, let's say, 45 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes to do yoga. We don't have time, we really have hectic schedule. How can they introduce yoga in their lives to transform it?
So I think yoga is way, way beyond asanas. Yoga basically comes from Ashtanga. So there are 8 things involved. There are yamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayam, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So it's way beyond asana practice. You are not supposed to, yoga is way, way beyond asanas. It can be as simple as you taking out 5 minutes from the entire day, just sitting comfortably and observing your breath. Even that can be yoga. So I am sure if our Prime Minister can practice yoga, I'm sure all of us, the least that we can do is take out 5 minutes, 10 minutes for basic breath work, for basic pranayam, just sitting in a comfortable posture, closing our eyes, observing our breath, observing our thoughts. Even that is yoga. So no, you're not supposed to take out 45 minutes and 1 hour for an asana practice. Just you sitting in peace, in silence, observing your breath is also yoga.
Can we perform yoga by sitting just like, we are right now?
Of course.
Can you show us something, please, for our viewers?
Right now also, as I'm talking to you, I am trying to breathe in Ujjayi. Ujjayi is an ancient pranayam practice. It is also known as ocean-like breath. So instead of breathing from my mouth, I'm trying to breathe from my chest and clavicular and from my throat. So that way, even when I'm talking, it feels very peaceful. So right now also something of this sort I'm doing for the first time. But as I talk to you, it feels very comfortable, it feels very peaceful because all my attention is on my breath. So that makes me feel very calm. So to try this, we can maybe just close our eyes, bring all our attention to our throat, slightly contract your throat to breathe in, and as you breathe out, make an ocean-like sound. So, and after a point, you can talk and also breathe in Ujjayi at the same time.
Can you simplify it further for us? Ujjayi, right? You said you have to breathe from your chest, right?
From your chest and clavicular, and basically you contract your throat. So you know how when we have cough and we try and clear our throat, what do we do?
Right.
It's the same part we're trying to breathe from. So the sound is very similar to when we hear people snoring.
Okay.
So I'm contracting my throat very similar to the ocean like sound, to the snoring sound. So even while talking, you can breathe in Ujjayi.
All right. Well, that is something that, that certainly seems doable. We can all do it, I'm sure, even though we have a very stressful life. But let me just also ask you this, talking about stress. In today's world, Niyati, where stress levels are really high, how much can yoga really help manage anxiety, burnout, and even for that matter, mental exhaustion?
So Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Samatvam yoga uchyate. That yoga is the equilibrium. Yoga is the balance of the mind, the body, the spirit. I think we see most people getting anxious and depression because either they're thinking about what has happened in the past or they're thinking about what is about to happen in the future. But I think the solution lies if we start living in the present moment. If we start observing our thoughts, I think that is where the solution resides. What do you think? Why do people feel anxious? Because they're constantly thinking about of the wrongdoings they have done in the past, everything that they were not able to accomplish. And similarly, they're thinking about the future. Oh, what will happen in my future? Will I get that job? Will I get that girlfriend? Will I get married? But what if we start living in the present moment? What if we start observing whatever is happening in the now? I think that ways people will stop feeling depressed and people will stop feeling anxious. And that's what yoga does to us. Yoga teaches us to be present. Yoga teaches us to stay in the present moment, to observe our thoughts as it is. And I think if all of us start living in the present moment, that is the solution to get rid of anxiety, depression, and the multiple problems that we are seeing these days.